Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Our illustrious NFL season has come to an end with the Chiefs pulling off the third championship off a back-to-back. Those of you who may have slipped up under a rock, yes, Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl last night in overtime, late touchdown. Um, it actually turned out pretty much the way I thought it would be, a pretty much a defensive battle for the most part, which it was. Both defenses played great. Both defenses did their job. Both defenses did their thing. Um, I think that the only mistake that Shanahan made was not going for it instead of kicking that field goal. I think they should at least. Well, the worst thing that probably would have happened is you not make it, and what I'm saying, and your defense come out and still stop them on that end of the field. You get the ball back. What I'm saying. Maybe a field goal wins it, but right there, I would have went for it on that. What I'm saying, and when Kansas City got the ball on that 4th and 1 and they converted that 4th and 1, I knew the end was near. Early. What's happening there, everybody? Mr. Maurice with the $2 super chat. Kyle Shanahan is trash. He failed once again. Yeah, they lost. I mean, look, everybody has their reasons and whatnot. Anything. It was a well coached game. It was a well called game. Um, their defense came up short, at the end to keep it a buck. Um, Patrick Mahomes with Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce with Travis Kelce. That Rice kid had a pretty damn good game. You know, um, it was a physical game. It was a hard fought game. It's one of the better games, actually. It was one of the better Super Bowls. Um, I knew neither team was gonna get, 30 points. Um, you know, like I said, people could, everybody, gonna pile on Kyle Shanahan. Um, at the end of the day, he put the points on the board, field goal. The defense just couldn't hold the Chiefs on that last drive. And we have, what I'm saying, it is just, the Chiefs are the champs. Um, you know, um, you know, I give them give the 49ers their due. They just couldn't hold. They just couldn't get that last stop. They just couldn't get that last stop. They keep them from converting on that 4th and 1. We're having a different discussion. But it is what it is. The masses of the world celebrate. Get your Kyle Shanahan is trash. He ain't shit. Memes on like you've been doing all night. It is what it is. But to say that he folded or anything that nature, I'm not. It was a well fought game. It was a well called game. It was a well played game. It really was. Um, they went down. They scored. What I'm saying. Like I said, instead of the field goal, I would have tried to, what I'm saying, tried to win it right there. But he leaned on the fact that how well the defense was playing. But like you said, coming out of halftime, you knew it was going to come a point where Patrick Mahomes comes out and makes some plays, and those didn't happen until overtime. So, um, let me see. Holler at everybody. Sherman Wood was happening. Jarvis Williams was good. Real Michael Walker was going on. Corey was happening. Hey, Sonya, Mr. Knight, always good, always a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Um, Good morning, Christy. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Um, you know, and hey, um, shoot, I came out, what I'm saying, to the good, what I'm saying, on the score total, what I'm saying, between the two teams, what I'm saying, it was under 50 points, which what I'm saying, placed a little wager on, came out to the good on that. Um, but when you have one of those, I mean, we had the number two and number three defense in the league in this game, and it showed. It showed. There was some pretty satisfying defense played in this game on both ends. Um, and like I said, 49ers just couldn't get that last stop. That last stop. It was that last stop. Bubba Gump, good morning. Well, that's what you want to call it, shitting the bed. I don't call it that. Um, there were there was some pretty good defense. Like I said, played on both sides on both sides from both teams. 49ers just couldn't get that last one at the end. You know what I'm saying? When Kansas City converted that 4th and 1, that's the writing was on the wall. Um, I think that play there, the 4th and 1 conversion, I think that what won the game, honestly. Me myself. Ding ding, Mr. Martin is at it again. Shanahan made the same mistake he made last 3 times. He's been there, he failed and will forever fail. And what mistake is that? Because they ran the ball all through the second half. They did. They ran the ball. You know what I'm saying? He used his timeouts well. You know what I'm saying? The defense came up short. Look. I'm not going to deliberate. I mean, because all of you know, me personally, I was over Shanahan long ago. You know what I'm saying? It's been what, almost 8 years now. And you all are gonna label it. You're gonna say it how you want to, or say how you think it looks or whatnot. Because y'all have this unabided hatred. You know, and some of y'all need to seek therapy about. I'm just saying. You know, because it was one of the better played Super Bowls on both sides of the ball, you know what I'm saying, of the last 10 years. Um, I mean, the curse squish and all of that there, you know, it is what it is. Hey, that's on y'all. I'm talking about it the way I saw it. It was a very well defensive call game on both sides, on both sidelines. Um, And said it came up on that last possession. That 4th and 1 conversion by Kansas City is actually what won that game to me. Was what the linebacker for the 49ers, number 54, Warner, is it his name? That guy played a hell of a game. They need to back the Brinks truck up to that kid. and give him a substantial raise. He played his ass off. Number 94 for the 49ers and number 91, they had hell of a games. Um, the Chiefs' defensive game plan, um, it was a phenomenal one. They pretty much uh, nullified George Kittle. For the most part, they made it where if you was gonna beat us, you got to beat us with somebody else. It won't be George Kittle. Um, he had some good players in this game. The running back for the Chiefs, he had a pretty good game. Rice had a pretty good game. You know what I'm saying? Travis Kelce was Travis Kelce. The defense overall, like I said, for both teams were phenomenal. Um, I think the only thing by my observation, the only thing, the only mistake that was made by Kyle Shanahan is not going for it. I would have tried for that touchdown instead of kicking that field goal. But hey, you know what I'm saying? You put the points on the board, you live with your defense trying to make the stop. You know. Um, Congratulations. This is gonna kick a couple of conversations into high gear. Um, 4 Super Bowls in 5 years, and you win three of them. You're you're in a tier. You're right there with Troy Aikman with three. Um, you're on a back to back. Um, Travis Kelce right now uh, is moving into rarefied air, especially in the tight end GOAT conversation. Um, Andy Reid, they got his gold jacket waiting, hanging at the door waiting on him for whenever he decide to what I'm saying, walk away from the game. It's it's done. It's done. I think he will. Andy Reid will probably ride this out 4 more years, unless unless the unthinkable happens and they pull it off again next year. I think both him and Kelsey will walk out the door at the same time. If they pull this off next year, you know what I'm saying, with the three-peat, they get the three-peat next year. I think Andy and Travis walk out the door um right there, you know what I'm saying, when they walk out on top, you know what I'm saying, with a three-peat. Um, you know, 'cause Andy been in this thing a long time. You know what I'm saying? He been in this thing a long time, very, 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 very long time, long time. Like I said, but who knows? But congratulations, um, big ups to the 49ers on an awesome game. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't come out on it. Ding ding, one more again. Maurice says, "Is Mahomes in the GOAT conversation?" Yes, yes, he is. And I gave the reason why. I mean, yeah, he's putting up those, saying those statistical numbers, but 4 Super Bowls in 5 years and you win three of them. Yeah, yeah. He 3-1 in Super Bowls now. His only playoff losses have been to Burrow and Brady. Um, and that's where it stands. His only AFC Championship loss came to Burrow. His only Super Bowl loss came to Brady. Um, and I mean, the mere fact that since he took the starting job um, with the Chiefs, you know what I'm saying? He's been in every AFC Championship game since. Five of them, five straight. Five. He's won four of them. He's went to the Super Bowl four times. He only lost one, and that was, Tom's last run in Tampa. Um, the status, it depends on, what I'm saying, how this look. We're in dynasty talk right now when it comes to the Chiefs. We're in dynasty, what I'm saying, talk right now. Ghost Peppers, what's happening? Thanks for joining me, man. You know what I'm saying? At this point, when we're discussing the Kansas City Chiefs, we're talking dynasty. We're talking dynasty. And anyone that don't agree with that, you just being a hater. Um, you can't dismiss it. And if they continue this run, if the Josh Allens and Lamar Jacksons and the Joe Burrows and Deshaun Watsons, um, and the tours of the world over there in the AFC, what I'm saying, can't dethrone this man, in the conference championship games. He's gonna be he's already the standard bearer right now. I mean, but hey, shoot, if he continues with this AFC, you know what I'm saying, you pretty much coming into seasons, you look at the landscape in the AFC, you pretty much pencil in Kansas City in the AFC Championship game. It's a given, and I think it is in large part to, and it's not what people think. As Patrick acknowledged it last night. Our defense keeps us in these games and gives us a chance to make a difference. And the Kansas City Chiefs defense, the Kansas City Chiefs championship pedigree defense is gone underratedly, unacknowledged. Um, and I think we need to, give them some love, give them some flowers. That defense for the Chiefs deserve just as much love for the inception of this Chiefs dynasty. They deserve just as much love as Mahomes and Kelsey do. Some may agree, some may not. It don't matter. But the oldest saying, offense wins games, defense wins championships. That defense kept the 49ers to a field goal. They bent but didn't break. And that was the biggest of the difference. They made them settle for that damn field goal. And hey, that put them in a position where, okay, we either gonna tie this thing up or we gonna win it, and they won it. Janelle Cage, what's happening? Good morning, Mr. Amy. Anthony White, what's good? Southside, what's good? What's happening? Let's see what Southside said. Well, Brady beat him in the Super Bowl and stopped him in the 2018 AFC Championship game. Burrow Championship game in 21. His only stops other than Super Bowl. Yeah, yeah, I acknowledge that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I mean, shoot, what else can you say about this? I mean, they're like I said, the Chiefs are in rarefied air. Um, their dynasty status is legit. You know what I'm saying? You going to, you know what I'm saying, 4 Super Bowls in 5 years. Anthony White said he's definitely moving up in the all-time QB rankings, and he still has a long way to go. Chiefs are definitely in that dynasty neighborhood talk. Congratulations to them. Sound better when you say it. Mahomes was hurt in the Bengals game, and this was the first Super Bowl Mahomes wasn't hurt in. Yeah, good acknowledgement. Just like when Jordan kept all of them Hall of Fame players from getting a ring. Uh, anyway, okay, I'm going to ask the unpopular question, and I've been trying to keep it going, on the high road. I've been trying to, keep it politically correct. I mean, some of y'all just might want to take your feelings out of it and answer a football question because I think that right there is a false statement. It is. It's a false statement. It's a false statement. Where did he choke? Where did the 49ers choke? I mean, you know, in a hard hitting, defensively played game that goes to overtime, um, they got the field goal. Um, what did Shanahan do that ranks this game as a choke job? I'm curious. I'm curious. I mean, if we're gonna say these things, are we saying them because of because of our football knowledge, or what do we say, or are we saying this, in our emotions? Me personally, I think it's a lot of emotion because you're hung up therapeutic need to be seen about feelings, going back to 2016. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying what part in that game last night that showed a choke job. I'm just saying. The Chiefs converted a 4th and 1. Are you calling it that right there? Um, they made a couple of big plays. You know what I'm saying? Plays were made on both sides of the ball by both teams in overtime. So help me understand where was the choke? And yes, yeah, I felt like he should have gotten it, game MVP, um, so to speak. Maurice Martin, the $2 chat. Do you think ATL can get to that status one day? If we stay true to our our commitment to building a sustainable product, sure, we can get there. But we're not gonna get there, cutting corners. We're not gonna get there, tanking and searching for fool's gold first round picks. We're gonna get there through true coaching effort, development, pure development, and chemistry. And guys understanding the mission and understanding the plan and understanding the game. Um, do I think we are far away from it? No, I don't think that we are far, but we're not close either. It's an achievement that can be, beholden. You know, um, I think that the upcoming season is going to tell us where we're at. As far as that particular point goes, um, with this staff, if this staff is able to do some of the things that I'm hearing, um, yeah, I think we could and we should and could be, right in the mix. I mean, look, we won, 7 games last season. It should have been 11. Um, Lost a lot of close games. And I think if we could turn those close losses into wins, we could have an 11 or 12 game win, season next season, it would, it could show where, it'd give us a good look at the measuring stick. Southside says, man, after Mahomes first started season in 18 and he threw for 50 TDs, I knew this Chief thing is going on for a while now. Yeah, well, that was somewhat of a thought. Smooth C78, what's happening, man? What's good? Do you believe comments that 49ers didn't know or were knowledgeable of the new overtime rules? I didn't hear that. I mean, but I don't think that the overtime made a difference. I don't. I, I mean, if I mean because maybe I missed something because I turned everything off after the podium presentation. I didn't see any locker room, interviews or whatnot. But if the 49ers, if the organization is, you know, putting that out there or whatnot, then that's just cap. If so, of course, hell no. Ref told both teams the overtime rules. Yeah, that's what I'm alluding to. He's supposed to score and kick a field goal. He didn't run the ball. He did run the ball. They did run the ball in the second half. They ran the ball in the fourth quarter. Yes, they did. I don't know what you were looking at, but yeah, the 49ers did run the ball. But I'm not gonna, deliberate, football dialogue, I'm trying to understand. You said he choked. Well, how did he choke? Get the overtime. And like I said, me myself, yeah, on where they kicked the field goal at, I probably would have tried it one, saying to try the end zone one more again, to try to win it right there. I mean, but you know, um, they kicked the field goal, and and left it in defensive hands, which by all intents and purposes is the smarter thing to do. You know, but the say that what I'm saying that they choked, no, no, I'm not gonna say that. You know, a lot of you all that are outside of your mind, um, 7 years in this angry with Kyle Shanahan are gonna say all of that there, you know, and that's on y'all. I'm calling it like I saw it. It was a well coached game. It was a well played game. Um, by that edge, the Chiefs did the better job because they were able to hold the 49ers to just that field goal instead of their winning touchdown. Um, and, you know, Kelsey and Mahomes did their thing on their drive and getting down there. Shout out to Miko Hartman for catching the winning touchdown. You know, it is what it is right there. Southside said, yeah, OG, I'm with you. I don't see where he choked in this game at all. Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of emotion running around. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this ATL fan base, they're gonna, de- look, just keeping it a book. Um, you mad with Shanahan for 2016, but the majority of y'all that what I'm saying, mad with Shanahan spent the entire time, what I'm saying, from 16 to now, and you know, dragging one Matthew Ryan's name, what I'm saying, in this foolishness. And he had a better game than both Purdy and Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Okay, so I mean, when it comes to stuff like this, I'm really not putting no weight, on it. I just asked the verified question. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you say he choked. Okay, would name the call, name the play where he choked. Okay, you get down there. You try to get in. Third down, you don't convert. All right, you put the points on the board. That's what he did. I mean, what are we talking about here? I mean, shoot, if 49ers defense makes that stop on 4th and 1, then either way it go, what I'm saying, y'all still angry because the 49ers win. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. They stopped the Chiefs from converting on that 4th and 1. We're having a different conversation. You know, William, I mean, what do you think field goal is? Field goal is points. At the end of the day, that is points. So, I mean, what you're trying to say, you might would have been able to, better word that by saying, at the end of the day, you want to score a touchdown and not a field goal. Just, keep it grammarly correct. I mean, but field goals are points too, sir. You know. Dre, what's happening? Yeah, defense was the difference that blocked point after 10. Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was. It was. I mean, special teams and defense on both sides, 49ers and Chiefs. made this, still one of the better Super Bowls that have been played over the last decade. Yeah, yep, he did. John Sinclair, good morning. Evan Trax, what's good? Kyle sold his soul for another champion, for another disappointment. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, what's happening, Jay? Someone got to win, someone got to lose. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You can't get no better works, no harder works, you know what I'm saying, no better effort than going overtime in the Super Bowl for all the marbles. Now, Trax, are you talking about it's still in regulation or you talking about in overtime? It's Shannon's play calling in crunch time for me. Yes, they've lost to great QBs teams, but it's the Super Bowl. Only the best usually remain. I can't even I can't even make any judgment on any bad judgment on his play calling for this game. Um, you ran the ball, you converted third downs. You know what I'm saying. You played the field position game. You know, um, you're only gonna hold a team like the Chiefs, you know what I'm saying, under their margin for so much. Eventually, Mahomes is going to create something. He's going to make a play. Kelsey's going to make a play. They're going to inch out the yards and move the chains. I mean, it was just one of those things where it came down at the end. It was a matter of inches. Like I said, if 49ers stop them on 4th and 1 in OT, we're having a different conversation. So, hey, it is what it is right there. Right, Corey. Right, right. Yeah, that point. You put those in capital letters in William Amy's box. Shetty could have done more was play action to at least get that pass rush. And potatoes, tomatoes, tomatoes. I, I'm not. We can agree to disagree right there, Ghost. Like I said, I don't find any fault in his play calling in that second half. I really don't. They ran it when they ran it. You know what I'm saying? They checked down when they checked down. You know what I'm saying? They converted when they needed to convert. You know what I mean? It's that last drive. Like that's my me. Like I said before, my only thing on that field goal kick in overtime, I might have would have took one more shot at winning it and live with my defense having to, what I'm saying, keep them, making them, if I don't convert the touchdown right there, they got to go 97 yards. Other than that, I don't find any fault in his play calling in that game. That's my only questionable play. I mean, it, you put the points up. I mean, but just right there for all the marbles on that one right there, I'd have tried to take it home. You know what I'm saying? I'd have took that shot on 4th down. You know what I'm saying? Instead of kicking the field goal, but being doing the smart thing, putting the points on the board, and let your defense do what they've been doing all game. That's playing hard. It's just they came up short on the defensive end. And you can't even be mad with that. You can't label that. I mean, it was a defensive game at its heart, at its best. One team lost, one team won. Hey, Auntie, and I'm agreeing with you there, right there, Corey. You know, um, because the way they was getting in, I mean, you know, even when it wasn't flashing, they would, that Chief D would they was getting it in there. Let me see. Southside said, you know what's funny? If he had went for it in OT and they didn't get it, then the conversation would have been he should have just kicked the field goal, and that probably would have happened. But like I said, right there, I would have took that chance, and had they not have made it, and then the defense, you know what I'm saying, makes us stop. Probably, we don't know. We probably won't ever know. But the defense makes us stop. You know what I'm saying, and they had to kick it back, and then you kick a field goal, and then that wins it. That's just a chance that I would have took right there. And that was a thought too, but they had bowled up, Auntie. They had bowled up on the run a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I would have tried what I'm saying, some a slant like action, or fade to the corner of the end zone maybe. You see, John said, me neither, Sam. San Francisco came out looking like they were going to crush the Chiefs. I mean, they were playing hard. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they were getting off the field on third down. Both defenses were getting off the field on third down in that game. You know what I'm saying? Did I see overtime coming in the game? No. Honestly, I felt like it was going to be, uh, 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 21-17 type action. I was close. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, one little coin change on the total amount scored in this game, and it was under 50, which is what I betted on, and I got that because there was 47 points. It was 3 points under the bar because there was 47 points between the two of them that was scored. You know, um, and again, coach, look, I'm looking at how at that particular point how the flow was going. The the Chiefs were blowing up on the run a little bit, and right there, on the four, you know, I mean, okay, you know what I'm saying. Either way, whether they have thrown it or run it and don't make it, you got them backed up against their own goal line at the four. All right, you know what I'm saying. Um, but hey, I mean, I don't look at the field goal as a bad thing. I really don't. You take the points. That's what you need, right? You need points. You take the points. The smart thing to do was to kick the field goal. The damn if you don't, damn if you do. You know what I'm saying? Show your heart ain't pumping Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? Go for it. Either way, it's a win-win. It's a lose-lose right there on that. You know what I'm saying? Um, in most cases, 30 out of 32 coaches will probably tell you, what I'm saying, to kick the field goal right there. You know, um, the one or two gamblers will probably tell you to go for it. All right, right there. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it is what it is right there. It really is. You know, congratulations to the Chiefs. And as heard on the podium, Kelsey's coming back for one more year. Um, and all. Um, Shout out to Brock Purdy. He played a hell of a game. He didn't look like a deer in the headlights, even with, what I'm saying, and all the pressure. He threw the ball away when he needed to throw it away. You know what I'm saying? He tucked it when he needed to. He made some plays, you know. even with Kansas City doing what they did, you know what I'm saying, and nullifying George Kittle, the young man made some plays. Um, I would say this much. As you can see, no matter where you're drafted, when you have a staff, a coach and a staff, a complete staff that believes in you and works with you, you end up in places like the Super Bowl, NFC Championship game, playing for all the marbles. Like, you know what I'm saying, where um Brock Purdy is. The young man played a very good game. He got this experience up on his belt. Um, I think it would take an act of God to get that starting position away from him at this point, because he's going to feed off of that, and he's going to feed off of that, and he's going to eat that, and he's going to live that, and he's going to drink that, and he's going to fight for that to get back there to get that. You know, but that's just my assessment on Brock Purdy. Um, let's see here. What can Terry and Raheem take from this game and make our team better? Exactly what I just said. Exactly what I just said about Brock Purdy and having a coach and a staff that believes in you. You know, that right there. Auntie, you played a good game. Nothing to be ashamed or blame him for the loss. That's right. You're right. Now, with that being said, I caught wind of Mr. Blank making some statements, comments, clear in the air, if you will, on the Belichick situation. um, he said what he said. This is what I'm gonna say with that little bit. John Sinclair, what? You don't go from being mystery relevant to almost winning the Super Bowl without being a winner. This is true. This is true. This is true. He was a hard worker at Iowa State. You know, speaking on Brock Purdy, back to Brock Purdy real quick. He was a hard worker at Ohio State. And I think he has some winnerism in him. You know, he's going to be around for a minute. He's going to be around. He's going to be around. Um, he can only get better. He can only get better. This is his second year. He's been in the NFC Championship game, two of them, and now gone to a Super Bowl. Uh, TJA, he can only get better. You know, the guys around him, you know, his unit mates, and the chemistry building, and him, studying his craft, honing his craft. You know, he can only get better. He can only get better from this point, from these experiences over these 2 seasons. He can only get better. Christopher Wright, thanks for joining, sir. The strong will team won, period. Like Brady, you leave time on the clock for Pat. Wow, things can happen. Again, are we talking about in the fourth quarter or are we talking about regulation? I mean, are we talking about OT? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're saying the 49ers aren't strong will, and I can't agree with that. Because if they weren't strong will, they wouldn't have beat Detroit. I'm just saying. Auntie, like most folks, yeah, you're still pissed with Shanahan. I will not get over it until we win the Super Bowl and watching Arthur Blank hold the Lombardi Trophy. Eh, Your point, your thought, your heart. Um, I'm just, I'm not defending the man. I'm just, you know, d- you know, uh, calling the game for for what it was. A lot of people walking around in their feelings and with their emotions saying that Shanahan choked in this game, and I don't agree with that. Because like I said, it was a well played game. It was a well called game. Um, you know, Play calling was exceptional on both sides, what I'm saying, from both sides, Chiefs and 49ers. You had the number two and number three defenses in this game, and the game was played like it. It was hard hitting. It was, getting off the field on third downs, making crunching, stops and whatnot. Let's just say the bigger of the stops was Kansas City holding 49ers to a field goal in OT. And then on the flip side of that, the 49ers not being able to stop the Chiefs on that 4th and 1 in OT was the difference. Let me see. Christopher Wright says, then on top of that, Chiefs are going to be an even better team this year coming because they're going to get better pieces. Well, that depends on, what I'm saying, how they're able to maneuver in their cap situation because they got some cap issues coming. But hey, what I'm saying, they got one of the, good front offices in this league, you know. Okay. Fourth and OT. I mean, look, we've all watched Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes orchestrate drives and what I'm saying, and things of that nature. Um, I mean that the 49ers defense did what they did for the most part of that game, and you knew that Mahomes was gonna make a play. He made a couple of plays. Um, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't think you score and you live with your defense. That's just it. Um, we could go hindsight all day long, but you know, Look, I said it once, I say it again. This is one of the better Super Bowls played over the last 10 years. Okay. Especially from a defensive perspective. Um, me personally, I can't get mad with the play calling on either side of the ball from either team. Um, you know, at this point, it was a great Super Bowl. History was made regardless. You got back to back winning champs. Um, you had two of the better defenses in this game, played up to snuff. If you're disappointed in this game, then you don't like football. Um, Now, back to Arthur Blank in his clarity of the interview and interviewing of one Bill Belichick and clearing the air on, what was asked and what wasn't asked and what was the deal. You read the article, you read his words, and it is what it is right now. Um, we're in rarefied air now. The clock is ticking, if you will, um, for free agency to open, for teams to start, maneuvering these contracts and releasing and picking up and whatnot. Um, the real work is about to start here in about 2 or 3 weeks. The Chiefs defense is what won that game, along with not knowing when to run the. I don't know why people keep saying that. They ran the ball in the fourth quarter. They ran the ball in the second half. But hey, y'all are y'all in your emotions. I guess he just didn't run the ball enough for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what more else y'all want or gonna want or need to feel. You're gonna have this him not running the ball enough aptitude because you've had it since 2016. It is what it is. It is what it is right now. So okay, Ghost Peppers with that. So I guess the Chiefs defense was supposed to just lay down. I mean, when you're trying to do when you're in a point, okay, like I said earlier, the Chiefs defense bowled up on the run. You know what I mean? So he had to find the new ways to do it, to move the ball, to move the chains. I mean, y'all say this like the Chiefs defense wasn't on the field. Hell, they saw the same thing we saw in the first half. I mean, so to for y'all to be, continue to talk, well, he should have ran the ball. He should have ran. Okay, he ran when he could run at that point. Because think about it now. You go to those four previous plays when they ran the ball. Okay, and you got 2 yards out of 4 tries. Come on, man. Come on now. Come on, y'all. But I get it. But I get it. But I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's Shanahan, so you gonna feel the way you feel. Hung up on him not running the ball in 2016. It is what it is. Yeah, yeah, John. Yeah, they are. They are. They absolutely are. That's what it is. It's a witch hunt. Um, I mean, because people, I've watched all morning. You know, what I'm saying across multiple platforms where people, labeling this as a choke game, which I think is just far from it. Saying Kyle Shanahan doing Shanahan things. Oh, and this wasn't that. This wasn't that. You know what I mean? There were two times in that fourth quarter where he, overruled two play calls. One was offensive, one was defensive. And on the defensive one, you know what I'm saying, they got to stop. Okay. You know, and got off the field. This is one of the better coached games, that I've seen in the Super Bowl. And I'm again understand something. You know, this is not me being a fan. I'm a football fan. Not necessarily a fan of Kyle Shanahan. It's just me being a football fan. Okay. It was well played, saying well coached, it's just 49ers made a play, the Chiefs come back and they made a better play. At the end of the day, that's basically what it was. The Chiefs had, the Chiefs got the number two defense, and the 49ers had the number three defense in the NFL. And the game was played like it. That part right there, Auntie. Yeah, Southside, obviously. That whole part right there. Let's see. Christopher Wright said, let me rephrase that. 49ers did a good job and good effort, and you're right, it was great defensive game. Long as you give that a chance, he's gonna show out. 49ers ran a lot and ran when they needed it. Yeah, yeah. Maurice, once again, with the $2 chat. Overall, I enjoyed the game. Guy Shanahan played a good game. I guess you're trying to say coached a good game. Yeah. A lot of Falcon fans were were capping for a Shanahan. Like, yeah, yeah, capping, hoping. Yeah, they were. Yep, yep, and they did. They were. But that was just my thoughts on this morning. Acknowledging a defensively well played Super Bowl. A lot of people were expecting, 30 some odd points by each team to be put up. Well, you had the number two and number three ranked defenses in the NFL in this game, and it showed. It was a great game. Once again, congratulations to the Chiefs, in their third Super Bowl win, in their fourth Super Bowl in 5 years. We're in rarefied air with the Chiefs, ladies and gentlemen. They are a dynasty. They are a dynasty. 5 AFC championship games in 5 years. And you win four of them. Well, I'm sorry, you win three of them. Yet he has one AFC championship loss. And again, shout out to the 49ers on a well played game. Came up short defensively. Um, you really can't be mad at their effort. That's about as close as you're gonna get to it without winning it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? OT, last possession, defense, with the heart of your team is on the field, you know what I'm saying, to win it, it is what it is right now. Um, we're we're getting into the parts of Mahomes' career now. We we're looking to change the conversation a little bit. When you're talking about him, you have to start talking to him with the likes of the Troy Aikmans and the Joe Montanas and the Terry Bradshaws and the Tom Brady's and whatnot. As far as championship dominance. Um, as far as body of work, when Peyton Mannings and you know, the Jim Kellys of the world and the John Elways, we're in a different conversation with Mahomes now. And it's gonna be like that until he walk away from this game, sometime over the next 5 or 6 years or so. Um, you know, uh, Terry Lord, what's happening? Prepping. He said the main thing I took out of the game is to get the Super Bowl and win it. You need a top defense. Period. That right there, sir. Yes, you are absolutely correct, Christopher. I like the fact that Arthur said that Bill didn't want to take over the organization and that the media created the wild scenario. Yeah, that part, that part right there. Ghosts. Did I say it wasn't a great defensive game? Not once did I say Shanny coached a horrible game, but point out something he could have done a bit better. Man, you just bitter about 2016. What? Now, is that directed at me or someone in the chat? I mean, because I've been over 2016. I mean, you know, I'm not the one that's going out here wishing for this man to get hit by a bus in traffic or, a piano to fall on his head or something. You know what I'm saying? You know, offense wins game, defense wins championship, will stand the test of time. And that right there is what you call it. 26 hours in this program, man. Y'all like, y'all share. Please subscribe to OGN TV. That's my channel. And this has been, the Super Bowl edition in reaction to last night's game. Mad Monday with the OG. Um, you know how we do when we do it. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, hey, keep it live, keep it A, keep it dirty. But for all things, keep it real with yourself, and it'll always be live. It's been your boy OG Big Sam, the historian showstopper. Saying once again, I appreciate you all for joining me on my shows. I appreciate you all for this, good dialogue and content. And hey, y'all be blessed. I'm out.